There we go. There we go. There we go. How are we all doing? Welcome to Friday's stream. We are on the last stream of the week, people. How are we all? Great to see you. Let me turn the background music down a bit. There we go. How are we all doing? Great to see you all. Thank you very much for joining me today. And yeah, we are live for Friday's stream. Good afternoon, Barros. How are you doing, sir? Great to see you in today. Let me start a poll. But yeah, make sure get your likes in early, get your likes and get your comments in. And yeah, we are live for Friday's stream. So we've not got a whole lot to cover really since Wednesday, have we? Obviously on Wednesday we was up here, but we was already falling down on Wednesday. All that we've had so far this week is we've come a little bit lower. Not too much lower, but a little bit lower. And that is round about it, to be fair, isn't it? Like, there's not a whole lot of change on Bitcoin if we actually look at it, obviously, in its current state. So let me try and pull my mic a little bit closer to me. If I try, I'm just going to try. I need to order a new... Hang on, is that going to work? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I need to order a new bracket for my desk because I seem to have lost it while moving everything. So, yeah, I seem to have lost my bracket for my desk. So currently my mic is just rested on the desk, but you should be able to hear me fine. It's right under my mouth. So there should be no issues there. Sean says, afternoon, stranger. How's it hanging? Yeah, Sean. How are you, mate? Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you? It's really good to see you. How have you been, Sean? You okay, mate? Yeah, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining. Let me just pull this across here. There we go. And pull that across there. Oh, that's good. Yeah, so yeah, not a whole lot of change on Bitcoin itself since Wednesday's stream. We've had obviously a little bit of altcoin price action. Do make sure as well, drop a like. Let's get the likes going. We're going to try and get back in YouTube's good books early this year so we can have a great year on streaming. So yeah, please do drop a like. It will help out massively. And of course, it just takes a second on your guys' end. But, do you know what? I've just realised, hang on. I'm on the wrong tab for streaming. Hang on. Bear with me. I'm on the wrong tab for streaming. I just realised, and I was looking for something on the tabs that I normally have open. And then I realised it wasn't there. So... yeah. Right, we do have NFP coming in just over 15 minutes as well, so we'll cover that too. Don't go anywhere. Right. Let me get this this screen back up for you guys. There we go. And bang. Right, there we go. So we're back on. So yeah, we do have NFP coming momentarily in just over 15 minutes. Of course, non-farm payrolls should be quite good for the market to see if we can get some volatility out of it. So yeah, it will be interesting, but here it is. So the forecast for it is 60,000 and the previous was 64,000. And of course, if you do want to have a little read of what non-farm payrolls are, you can pause the stream for a second there. Pause it. Obviously, the information is there on non-farm payrolls. If you don't know what it is, have a read. And yeah, so let me zoom down into the lower time frame because I just realised it's obviously turned on. I keep getting these scam texts, Just they keep coming through. The latest one is from Lucky Charm. Honestly, I just keep getting them. I'm on like some sort of like scam. Like some sort of scam list. Someone has put me on some sort of scam list somehow. Something has got my number and put me on a scam list. But yeah, obviously on a 5-minute, Stonksy is red. We did catch a very nice drop. Look at that double background confirmation there as well with the red arrow and straight down into there. Now, I do have some exciting news for everyone. If you aren't a Stonksy member, obviously previously, you didn't get access to the Discord. But what we've decided to do for this year is just open the Stonksy Discord up to just basically just a general community, whether you remember or whether you actually have Stonksy or not. Now, you will not get Stonksy. Obviously, Stonksy remains on its plan. So getting the actual Stonksy indicator and all that good stuff, you will not be able to get that because that is obviously for Stonksy users only. But I'm just looking for... where is it? I'm just looking for the link. Yeah, so I can give you guys the link. If anyone want to join it? If you do, I'll throw the link in the chat now. Yeah, like I say, I mean, it was previously a closed group, but we're just going to open it up just to obviously let some more of you guys in that come into the streams. You know, there's still some people that come into the streams that obviously don't have Stonksy yet. So you won't get Stonksy. You know, you don't get access to the actual indicator. You don't get access to the oscillator. You don't get access to the bot. But you can come and join the Discord and obviously, you know, kind of come in and say hello and obviously chat to the Stonksy community. So it should be a good benefit for just the Stonksy community in general, just having some more Stonksy supporters in there. And obviously you can ask anyone that you want when you're in there. Then, you know, you can say like, what's Stonksy doing on this or whatever. And then we'll come back and say, come and get the actual product, and then you can see. But yeah, it should be good. So yeah, do make sure if you do want to come and join the Discord, there it is. I've dropped it into the chat now. So anyone that's not in the Discord, obviously, if you're not a Stonksy member, you can now get in for free and get access to the Discord server for free. And yeah, just come and chat to the Stonksy community. But yeah, we do have NFP coming at us in 15 minutes now. So it's 15 minutes to go until NFP. So, well, 14 minutes. So yeah, this should maybe bring some low time frame volatility. Now, obviously, the title of today's stream and obviously the thumbnail is all about a pattern from 2025. Now, there are two very similar patterns that I do want to talk through. One is actually on a chart, and one is more of a case of just a real world event that may happen in the very near future, actually probably coming next week, which obviously happened very similar time, you know, in and around this time last year. But what I do want to do is pull it up. So the first pattern I want to talk about is if Trump's tariffs are ruled illegal or legal. This could massively affect, you know, what happens to the stock market and Bitcoin and other markets as well. If Trump's tariffs are ruled illegal, and of course you've got, you know, the repercussions of that if they are, you know, will the court force Trump to refund tariffs? That's 24%. So maybe they won't refund them, but, you know, if they deem them illegal, will obviously tariffs then be forced to, you know, be taken back off? So this is obviously one of the areas that I do want to cover. What I do want to do is there you go. So it's on Kalshi as well. So, you know, Polymarket and Kalshi. Will the Supreme Court rule in favor of Trump's tariff? So on Kalshi, it has got a 28.5% chance. On Polymarket, it's got a 25% chance. So do let me know in the chat, what do you guys think? But obviously this comes back into, you know, basically what we started to have last January, wasn't it? Which was all the tariff talk, all the talk about tariffs, all the mention of tariffs. And then obviously what we had then in the coming months was, you know, a great big dirty crash and then, you know, rebound for the rest of the year. So it's definitely interesting, the fact obviously that tariff talk is coming, and definitely, you know, big tariff event is coming back around almost identical. Obviously it was a tiny bit later, you know, given maybe a month later or a couple of weeks. But around about the same time, yeah, we're getting obviously now the actuality of, and based on obviously the way that the stock market has gone, it doesn't actually look like obviously anything is being priced in for, you know, a downside move. You know, there's been not really any downside price action on the stock market and on the S&P. So what will be the reaction if Trump's tariffs are ruled illegal? You know, will we take just a straight dive from there? Is this kind of a false representation of what the market actually thinks, because obviously the true representation of what the market thinks is what is happening in the actual market itself. And that is pushing up. You know, we went on, created a new high, didn't we, this week? New all-time high. It's looking like it's pushing back up there now as well. Let's see where we're at on the daily. So we did drop back down a bit on the daily, but yeah, you know, it's looking like it wants to go and push back up there. We have actually coming back in. And if you look on the past couple of daily candles, we've actually tested this resistance area that we had. You know, wherever you want to draw it, whether you want to draw it with a single line or if you want to, you know, maybe pull a box across, whatever like that. Doesn't really matter. Over the past couple of daily candles, we've come back and tested this area for support, and now it looks like we're heading up. So there's definitely no downside being priced in on the S&P, that's for sure. So, you know, what would happen? Now, obviously, yeah, this is the same as last year. You know, this is when, obviously, January into February was when the start of the tariff worries came in. What will actually be the repercussions if the Supreme Court rules against Trump? Obviously, we'll have to see. Not an expert on it myself, but looking at, obviously, Kalshi and Polymarket, it is heavily being priced in that the Supreme Court won't side with Trump on tariffs. That's one instance in where we are seeing a pattern to the same as last year. Hi, Nick. How are we doing, mate? You'll be thrilled to know I've already got the poll up as well. I've already got the poll up. Do make sure if you haven't, do drop a like on the stream. And yeah, I mentioned it earlier on in the stream, but I'll mention it again now. We have opened the Stonksy Discord up to anyone. So obviously previously, you know, you had to be a Stonksy user and own Stonksy to get into the Discord. We've decided to open it up to the broader community. You know, anyone that comes and watches the streams or watches the videos, you can now just come and join the Discord server. It is there. Now, you won't get access to Stonksy. Obviously, Stonksy remains on a paid plan, and, you know, the same for everything that you get with the paid plan. But we are opening the Discord up, and the Discord is open now. So if you aren't in it, for anyone that's watching, come and join. It'd be great to have some new, you know, some new faces in there that come onto the streams that haven't got Stonksy yet. And yeah, so it'd be good there. Again, you know, nothing else is changing. Stonksy is remaining a paid product. The indicator, the oscillator, everything is remaining a paid product. But you can join the Discord server if you want. Let's go and see if anyone's joined so far. Let's see. Have we had anyone jump in so far? No, not yet. Not yet. So I'm guessing, is everyone already a member here? We've got 13 people watching on YouTube. I'm surprised that there's not one or two people that aren't a member. Anyway, the link is in there. The link is in there. What I will do is throw it in there, and let me pin that. Pin. There we go. Right. So yeah, that's pinned in the chat anyway. So if anyone wants to come join, do please feel free to come and join. So yeah, obviously the whole talk about tariffs and, you know, what the repercussions may be if Trump's tariffs are ruled illegal, that's definitely one pattern coming again in early 2026 that we saw in 2025. Now, the other pattern is actually on the chart. So the other pattern actually comes on the chart. And what I want to do, just turn off Stonksy for a second so we can look at the candlesticks properly. So if you look at obviously what we've got so far this year, let me get rid of this and let me get rid of that. So if you look at what we've had so far this year, let me just mark it out for you. So 1st of January, what did we get? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight daily candles. You know, excellent start, brilliant start. You know, new year comes straight away with bang, green, nice pump up, good move, Bitcoin. But then what have we had so far? We've had basically almost a full retrace, haven't we? You know, if you're looking at obviously where yesterday's low come in, that wasn't really too far away from any price action that came on the 1st of January. We're still yet away, you know, from the yearly open, which is around 87,500. So we're still a way away from that. But in retrospect to obviously this whole move, Bitcoin basically retraced, you know, 3/4 of it, didn't it, all the way down to the low yesterday. We have bounced a little bit. Now, if we actually go and look at what happened last year, it's actually very, very similar as to what happened last year, which is what is happening right now. So if we go and pull it up here. So again, I'll just mark on the chart the 1st of January 2025 so you can see which is there. So very similar vibe, isn't it? Very similar vibe. Again, it's not the exact same because, you know, you're not going to get the exact same price action, the exact same candles a year apart, are you? But what did we have here? We had the same kind of start, apart from this was 6 days in a row. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green candles in a row. Really nice push up. But then what did we get afterwards? We got a full retrace and actually below, didn't we? So what did we do? We started to fall back down. So there you go. So 1st to the 6th, great. Really good job. Nice pump, Bitcoin. 7th comes, 7th, 8th, 9th. What did we do? We retraced a full move and we actually went below. Obviously, this was the yearly open here. So we went below and we actually just came and cleared out all liquidity that was below there. If you see, obviously, where that low came in, obviously, this one swept even lower later on towards the middle of January. But relative to, you know, this actual move up and then move down, we came back, dropped below the yearly open, cleared out liquidity, and then obviously then went on for the rest of January into mid-January to late January, pumped back up, went past this point, and we actually just visualize that exactly what, you know, we're looking at. We're looking at the start of Bitcoin. You know, what did Bitcoin do at the start of the year? It had a very aggressive, really nice pump at the start of the year, pumped up, and then momentum ran out, and then we come all the way back down. We cleared out the whole move and come and cleared out the lows, and then went on up. So again, bear that in mind. If we swap over to obviously where we're at the moment, do let me know in the chat as well. Do you think that this is a viable possibility? Do you think that, you know, there's a chance that it could happen again, or do you think it may be a bit different? But basically, relative to where we are here, this would be the same as Bitcoin coming all the way back down. And again, it's very similar when you're looking at them. Again, it's not going to be the exact same. So, you know, this is going to maybe take a bit longer and obviously look a bit different, but, you know, that's granted, isn't it? But basically, we've had the pump up, we've had the retrace, but then here is the yearly open, and here are the lows. You know, we saw the lows on last year. So here are the lows. So if Bitcoin was going to do the same, we could suggest that Bitcoin would come and sweep the lows there, and then maybe do something like that for the rest of January. That's what we'd potentially be looking at if we was going to kind of carbon copy the move. And again, it's not going to be exactly the same, but that to me looks like a potential good opportunity. You know, short-term pain, yes, but if you skip fast forward to the end of January, start of February, we could be back above 100k if Bitcoin pulls off any sort of similar move. Fear the bear. What are you feeling, Nick? You let me know. What are you feeling? Everyone else, let me know. Get your comments in. Get your comments in, people. Get your comments in. We got 4 minutes to go until NFP as well. So we will just zoom down into the low time frame because we have got non-farm payrolls coming in. Let me turn the songs back on. But yeah, so that's kind of the pattern that I'm seeing. One, in terms of the tariffs, we are now obviously, depending on what happens next week, going to be hammered with tariff headlines, and obviously Trump talking about tariffs, whether, you know, if the court rules in favor of him, obviously it kind of may just disappear then, because obviously they've ruled in favor. If they rule against him, then we're obviously going to see a lot of talk from Trump and the administration about obviously the Supreme Court's decision, and then obviously whatever comes next. Are they going to make them refund? Are they just going to make them stop altogether? You know, what will come next after that? So that's definitely a similarity to last year, isn't it? Is, you know, straight away, start of the year, bang, tariff talk, tariff narrative, and it could extend for, you know, the next couple of weeks, months, whatever, depending on what happens. And then, of course, the similarities in the chart, the way that Bitcoin is trading, you know, how it looks on the chart and last year's moves. But we do have NFP coming in 3 minutes. So obviously this is the biggest piece of data this week that we've had, and obviously that we're going to get. This is the biggest piece of data out of the whole week and coming in now. So we'll see what we get. Do we get any low time frame volatility? Can we get a spike on Bitcoin? Will it spike down? But yeah, do let me know. Let me know in the chat. Make sure you drop a big like on the stream as well, please. I can't see how many likes are on. Someone let me know how many likes are on in the chat, please. I can't see how many likes are on from what I've got open, but yeah, please do make sure you drop a like and let me know. Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Do you think the similarities between obviously last year and this year for the start? Oh no, it's ICT. I bet he's going to have some mad story as well. Yeah, we got NFP coming in 2 minutes. Just over 1 minute, actually. just over 1 minute. So yeah, be prepared, be ready. For 50 seconds. Is it going to be a nothing burger, or will we actually get some volatility? I finally bought a Ferrari. Well, if you did, mate, congratulations. Well done. I do hope you're not lying to us, and I hope you actually have. The cover looks great on my phone. Could have at least bought yourself a toy Ferrari. That would have been better. When are you doing your work to your casino, mate? When is the work going on to the casino? Oh, ICT, by the way, look at the pinned comment in the chat. And to everyone else, you can now join the Stonksy Discord for free. We've opened up the Discord to anyone. So even if you're not a user, you can still come and jump in and join the Discord. Of course, you won't get Stonksy and you won't get access to the indicator or anything else for free. But you can join the Discord for free. It's now an open server. Right, there we go. Bang. Ooh. Nice low time frame spike on Bitcoin there. Whoa, look at that. That was a juicy spike, wasn't it? Came in at 50. So 10k less than forecast. Look at that. What a 20, 30 seconds that was for Bitcoin. All the way back towards 91k and all the way back down. Let's see what the S&P did. The S&P rocketed. The S&P rocketed up to 6947. And it's carrying on. Come on, Bitcoin. Yeah, do make sure. Come and join the Discord. It's open now for anyone. Link is in the pinned comment. I'll put it in the chat again, just for anyone. For anyone that's interested in jumping in, you know, you can obviously talk to the Stonksy community, talk to myself, SMFC, all that good stuff. So yeah, do come join. It'd be great to have everyone in there that watches the streams that isn't in there yet. So yeah, link pinned in the chat, in the pinned comments, but also I've just put it in the chat as well. Yeah, do come and join. Actually, oh look, oh dear God, look at that. Got a big spike on Bitcoin and then all the way back to the downside. The S&P is holding up a bit better though on its 5-minute candle, isn't it? Holding up a bit better. Yeah, there we go. So that was the NFP candle. So we did actually get a good amount of volatility in there. So we was hoping that we were going to get volatility, and we did get volatility. I'm thinking to start March for the casino. I don't know, maybe delay it. There is really no one here. I have less than 1,000 people within 50 square kilometer area. Just out of interest, ICT. This is literally just pure out of interest. But how do you manage to keep it afloat if you don't get that many people in there? If that many people actually don't go in there, how do you actually keep it afloat? Like, that's a genuine question. Like, I'm not taking the piss or anything. Like, financially, does it actually make any profit? It must do for you to obviously have something to live off. But like, is it actually like a decently profitable business, or does it struggle? Obviously, kind of with the area that you're in. Bosco says CSE on fire at the moment. Yes, the CSE Discord has been absolutely great on it to start the year. Really, really good. But yeah, do come and join the Stonksy one. Like I said, the Stonksy one is open. It is now just free to enter. The Stonksy Discord link is in the chat. It's pinned. You'll find it obviously just somewhere in the chat as well. So yeah, do come and join. If you're not in the Stonksy Discord, come and get yourself in. But yeah, Bitcoin spiked up on NFP data and then dropped all the way back down. And now we're en route to the downside, low time frame anyway. The S&P has done kind of a similar thing, although this obviously hasn't took as much of a negative turn, but this retraced the full spike up that it had. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Now, obviously, for those of you that have just joined or joined, you know, within kind of the last 15, 20 minutes-ish, the kind of theme of today's title and thumbnail is obviously about a pattern and, you know, Bitcoin doing something again. Now, this relates to two things. Well, two things in terms of a pattern. The first being, obviously, we are now getting tariff uncertainty and tariff talk coming back in at the start of the year. Obviously, it happened last year from kind of January, March, April, didn't it? And now we're getting it again with obviously this coming next week, the Supreme Court, whether they will rule in favor of Trump's tariffs or against. And then obviously, if they rule against, then just the absolute onslaught that we're going to get from Trump and the administration about the court's decisions, whether the court obviously is going to force Trump to refund the tariffs. Obviously, that is one other aspect in the event that, you know, they are ruled illegal. So obviously, slightly different percentages on Kalshi and on Polymarket, but they are both basically suggesting that they, you know, the court won't rule in favor. That's one pattern. You know, we're starting to see tariff talk really creep up again now. The other one is obviously just a pattern on Bitcoin in general, and I'll pull it up again, which is obviously how Bitcoin is trading this year compared to the start of last year. So we'll cover it again, obviously, for anyone that's jumped in, you know, over the past kind of 10, 15 minutes. Do let me know as well in the chat. Do you agree with this? Do you not agree with it? Or just give me your overall thoughts and feelings on the market in general. But basically, to start this year, what have we had? We had 5 green candles in a row. Really good at start. You know, really nice push on Bitcoin. Very, very good. But then, obviously, Tuesday onwards, we've retraced most of the move. You know, if we look, obviously, back to the first of the month. Yesterday's low, basically, we got close, didn't we, to re-entering this price action. Now, we haven't got there yet, but we bounced up quite nicely, to be fair. That's a nice bounce on yesterday's and today's candles so far. But this line will make sense in a minute. So if we actually scroll all the way to last year, start of last year, nearly there. So we had a very, very similar vibe, didn't we? We had very similar structurally on Bitcoin and a very similar vibe in the fact that 1st of January came, and then what did we get? We just got up-only price action. This obviously went on for 6 days. We had 5 days. So again, very similar. We had 6 days of up, and then we just got full retrace. Now, notice obviously what happened is this was the first here. So we actually went below the yearly open. And what did we do? We came and cleared out the lows, didn't we? You know, we came and cleared out the lows. You know, this low, came and just flushed it all. And then, obviously, barring this wild wick that we got for whatever reason, we then, for the rest of the month, went on an upward trajectory and went past, obviously, where we'd peaked at the start. So it was up, back down, flush, and then carry on upwards. So that's obviously what the start of last year looked like. And again, you know, first couple of days, bullish, retrace, not very good. But if you actually just ignore kind of the first week to 2 weeks of price action and look at the whole month, January was, all in all, a good month until obviously we started to make our way to the start of February, which was when all the all the tariff talk started to come in. But as you can see, for most of the month, we reached a nice point on Bitcoin and nicely up from where we started the month as well. So that's obviously what we had last year. And then obviously if we scroll back across now to the start of this year, we'll see the similarities in the price action between then and there. Nearly there. There we go. So you can see the similarities straight away, can't you? You know, that should be fresh in your mind at the start of 2025. But you can see it, you know, upwards trajectory, really nice push up. Then what are we getting? Now, again, it looks different because it's not going to be the same, is it? You know, we're not going to go up in the same amount of candles and come down in the same amount of candles. It may take even a bit longer to bleed down if we're going to do kind of the same pattern. But if we was to do the same pattern, this would kind of be the area that, you know, we'd be looking for, would be a clearance of the lows here. Obviously, drop below the yearly open like 2025 did. Clear the lows out. down into the towards 86k, maybe a little bit lower, maybe drop towards 85, depending on the size of the wick or the move. And then obviously then build a rally into the end of the month, hopefully back towards 100k or above. Hang on, just need to take this call. Wait there. Right, there we go. Sorry, I just had to take that call. Apology. Let's see, what have we got in the chat? New Year and Christmas was great, though. Oh, good. You saw a post saying Venezuela's market cap is up. Yeah, it is, yeah. It's the Venezuelan stock market has been booming. Hello, Gonksy. How are we doing, mate? How are we doing? Great to see you. Great to see you. ICT, come and join the Stonksy Discord. Why have you not joined it yet? Come and join the Stonksy Discord. The link is in the chat. It's pinned, and obviously if you scroll through it, you'll find it. ICT, come and join. Come on, mate. Yeah, the Venezuela market, stock market is booming now. I don't know what the ticker for it is. Let's see. IBC. IBC. Let's see. Let's see if we can pull it up. Yeah, apparently, yeah. I've seen a lot of people say it. There we go, yeah. Caracas stock market. Yeah, but look at that. What's this? What's that about? It seems that you are missing a few exchange agreements which need to be filled out in order to get data from BVCV. Please complete this simple step with a few clicks. I don't know why that's asking me to do that, but yeah, basically, I mean, yeah, if you look, obviously from the point of there, I mean, it was on the up anyway. What I can't remember. I don't know what day they went in. I don't know what day they went in, but I mean, look at it. It's up like over 3x, isn't it? If you take, like, obviously down here, looks about 1,500 there along here. It was on the up anyway. And obviously this was the gap. So I'm guessing, was this the point? Obviously where this gap was, where they took, honestly, I can't even remember. But I mean, regardless, yeah, it's up like 4x. 4x. So yeah, really good. So yeah, that's what we're up to with that. What is this? Don't know what that is. 80,000. Don't know. But yeah, the Venezuelan stock market is booming. Obviously after the Americans have gone in. IBC. Ahoy, Dave. I joined the Discord. Yes, Andy. I will definitely make it a Norwegian index ICT. Very good, mate. Very good. Whatever floats your boat. Oh, have some people joined? Yeah. It's not told me. Some people have joined, but if you've joined, then great. Say hello in the general chat. Just pop a hello in there. It's not told me anyone's joined, but maybe that's a factor of us turning the obviously turning the lock off on it. But yeah, it's obviously great to have some people in there. You know, there's probably a few of you that watch this stream that obviously haven't got Stonksy yet, so obviously haven't been able to join the Discord. But we've decided to open the Discord up just to obviously allow more members in there. You know, obviously there's a lot of people that come and watch the streams or the videos that don't have Stonksy. It's just a good place. It's a good chance to obviously just get more people involved, open it up a bit. So yeah, do come and join. Just say hello in general chat as well. Just say hi, just come from stream or whatever. It'd be good to know obviously who's joined in there. So if you have just jumped in, just pop a message in general and just say hi, just joined or whatever. Let me see if I reload it. Will it show me? Will it show me? Verification log. Auto kick successful. Someone got auto kicked. Is that you, Nick? Was it you, Nick, that got auto kicked? Someone's just joined. I'm guessing that's you. I'm guessing that's you, Andy. That joined in. Nick, why did it auto kick you? Did you have to do something in verify or not? I don't know. But I think that's the same crypto punk in it that you have, Nick. I think. Yeah. Don't know why it auto kicked you, Nick. Try and jump back in, mate. Yeah, I mean, based on Bitcoin, we're just basically back to where we started streaming, aren't we? We had the NFP candle there, which was a bit wild, and then we're just basically back to the same spot now. The poll, so 62% down. So mostly thinking that we're going to go down on open. You bears, you bunch of bears. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see what direction it decides to take. Oh. Where are we? Oh, that was a big stretch. Oh, that was a big stretch. Wow. But yeah, let's go see. We've got any articles to read through on CSE. Let's see. Bitcoin could hit. Yeah, I saw this yesterday. About this. 2.9 million by 2050 is under its base case scenario. The Bitcoin could settle 5 to 10% of global trade and 5% of domestic trade. Central banks may hold 2.5% of reserves in Bitcoin, assumes a 15% compound annual growth rate. Bitcoin framed as a long-term hedge against debt and monetary debasement. Van Eck and obviously the analysts Matthew Siegel and Patrick Bush think that Bitcoin could reach 2.5 million by 2050 if it becomes a widely used settlement currency for both international and domestic trade. Yeah, very interesting, really interesting outlook on it. And yeah, pretty much, you know, they're giving the bear case. The bear case is 130,000 by 20. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine this time in what? This time in 25 years for 130,000. How is there such a big discrepancy? Like, how could we not be that much higher? We were not even it's not even a 2x. Oh, Bitcoin's heading back down. Yeah, 130,000 this time in this time in 25 years. Can you imagine? Oh my god. Could you imagine if we're at 130,000 in 25 years? That would be crazy. But yeah, the base case 2.9 million and the bull case 52.4 million. I don't know about any. Does anyone just find it like weirdly impossible to try and imagine one Bitcoin being worth $52.4 million? Like, I can understand talking in the millions, like 2.9 million in 25 years. Sounds brilliant, doesn't it? You know, sounds brilliant. That's only a what, about 30x for me. So not actually that much in terms of Bitcoin's performance, given you've got 25 years, you've got what? You've got 6 cycles in there. Well, not 6 cycles, we don't know, do we? You got 6 halving events in there. But I mean, 130,000 by 2050, that'd be criminal. Honestly, that would be criminal. I think that would actually be. That's not even the bear case. That's like uber, like so bearish. It's unbelievable. 130,000 in 25 years. But Bitcoin mining is getting greener, and it could supercharge clean energy. Bitcoin mining is now 56.7% powered by sustainable energy, and experts say it could accelerate renewable deployments, cut methane emissions, and replace fossil fuel heating worldwide. There we go. So 56.7%, and Bitcoin mining now runs on sustainable energy. Now, do you remember back in 2021 when Tesla accepted and then stopped accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment? Elon Musk said that when it was evident that Bitcoin, over half of the Bitcoin network ran on renewable energy, they would start accepting it again. Now, I don't think they have they? I don't remember seeing any headlines like that. Not to my knowledge anyway, unless we just completely forgot about it. So, come on, Mr. Musk. Start accepting Bitcoin again as a form of payment for Tesla. Join the server, says Bosco. Yes. Bro gave you a reason to buy Bitcoin and gave you a reason to delete your crypto wallet. Yeah, literally. Like saying, oh, it could be 2.5 million in 25 years, which even from current levels, is like a nice solid 30x. Might even be over 30x. There's over 30x in it, yeah. I think 90k. Yeah, 3 times 9 is 27. So, yeah, it'd just be over. It'd be like a 32x, wouldn't it? It'd be like a 32x. But, if we don't get that, then bear case is 130,000. Yeah, this is good. This is obviously good, looking at, the Bitcoin network running on sustainable green energy. So, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for the long term of Bitcoin, and obviously, it never being touted as a stock up of energy anymore. It's a good thing. But yeah, do please make sure you drop a like as well. If you haven't, do drop a like and get your voting on the poll. Got US Open coming at us in just under 40 minutes. And yeah, we'll obviously get looking at that. I'm just going to take a quick toilet break, so don't go anywhere. I'll obviously be back in a few minutes. You know the score by now. If you don't know the score and you are new to the stream, then make sure you subscribe. But yeah, I'll just take a quick toilet break. Got to go make a cup of tea, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Enjoy a nice couple minutes, relax. Go grab a drink or whatever yourself. And yeah, don't go anywhere. I'll be back in just a short time. Right, I'm back. What have we got here? Code and saying toilet got blocked up. No, I went and made a nice cup of tea. Lovely. Yeah, a nice cup of tea. Cup of tea for the workers. Cup of tea for the workers. Lovely. Right, so yeah, we've got US Open coming at us in half an hour. To be honest, apart from that, there's not a whole lot going on, is there? There's not a whole lot going on. Yeah. What is crazy is this. So I don't know if you know, Anthropic. This was a company that FTX invested in. So when they did all that bloody commingling of funds and just basically losing control of the exchange and stuff, one thing they actually did do with customer funds was invest in Anthropic. Now, what's crazy is that I don't know if it's in this article or not. No, not in this article. But FTX bought a decent stake in this for like 500 million. Now, if they're raising at a $350 billion valuation, then FTX's stake in it would be worth probably well more now than all the money that they lost, honestly. Which is just unbelievable, isn't it? Because they probably sold that, the creditors probably sold that ages ago. But had obviously it been held on to, that would have been more than enough to make everyone whole and still have money to operate the exchange, which is just wild. Oh, the cameras. Yeah, if you didn't know that, now you know. Yeah, Anthropic, SBF and FTX invested money into that exchange, not exchange, into that AI company. And yeah, fast forward a couple of years down the line, it would have been worth well more than all the money they allegedly lost. And let me try and get this camera back on. Yeah, let me know in the chat. What would you like me to cover? Yeah, look at the messy room I'm streaming in. Just so everyone knows that this is not my office and this isn't my bedroom. I'm streaming at my old room in my mum's house because uh, I've had some work done to my house, which I've got my office in the garage, which I'm not yet living in my house. So it's a really weird situation. What's going on here? Try and sync it up. Kind of like you have to wave at the camera to try and sync it. Right, follow me all the way over here. Right, hold on. Right, there we go. Right, now let me steady it there. I have to wave it again to try and make it stay there. No? They're not doing it. Hello? There we go. Weird camera. Quite good, but weird camera. Yo, looks fine, but you look far away from it. From what? From the camera? I suppose I am and I aren't. It's a bit more of a distance, I think, anyway, than, I don't know. I think distance-wise, it's actually probably the same from when I used to be streaming. Anyway, I should be into my new place of streaming next week, hopefully for next week. All the work that was going on, that meant I couldn't be in the house is done, and now the rest of the work is underway. Wide lens. I don't think you can really change the settings on this, to be honest. Can't really change the settings on it. I kind of like it how it is, though, where I'm kind of a bit far away. I don't want it too zoomed in on my face. That's why I turn it on and off when it zooms in on my face. I kind of don't like it. I like kind of like that full kind of wider view where you can kind of see me as in like a whole view rather than just being zoomed up, glued to my face. But anyway, we can fiddle with it when I'm at my new setup. I'll custom it to whatever you guys want. If you want it bloody like looking directly at my eyeball, then that's fine. You can have it like that. Yeah, hopefully I'll be in there for next week. Then that will be all the faffing about. In the office, when I had the office from September to the end of December. That was great. It was a nice little office, warm, cozy, good internet, nice office building. But obviously, I can't keep paying for that after I got the keys to my new house. But obviously, while I'm renovating that, which is going to be a quick renovation, it should only be about a 2-month renovation in total, which is wild because obviously some renovations take like 4, 5, 6 months, don't they? Even longer. And that will be the whole house gutted and then put back together again. I've got some serious people doing it, and just like bang, it's like a conveyor belt. Like one bit of work's done, next one started straight away. That bit of work's done, next one started straight away, and other bits of little work going on all at the same time. So it should be like a 2-month just turnaround, just blitz done, and then yeah, onwards. But anyway, less about that. Unless you guys are interested in that, I can talk about whatever you want. But obviously, up to you. I am going to close the poll in a minute. If you haven't voted on the poll, do vote. But I think most people have. And remember, do come and join the Stonksy Discord. The link is pinned in the chat, and you'll find it just scrolling up through the chat as well. Is there anyone else in there? Do make sure you come and say hello, though. People are being auto kicked. People are being auto kicked. Is it asking? Is it? Maybe it's asking. Maybe it's still asking for the password. I don't know. Maybe it's still. Is it still asking people for? Let me know. Is it still asking you for a password? Like when you join, you only see a couple of channels and one of them is verify, and it asks you to put a password in. If so, let me know, and I'll just set up a password now, and you can just have it to jump. I thought that it was it turned open. But yeah, I can do that obviously for you guys. Oh, nothing there. Just need to verify. Right. Okay. So that will be going anyway. That verify bit. What I'll do now is I'll just hang on. Let me ask. Let me just ask my colleague. I've just asked him. I've just asked my colleague. I've just asked what. Obviously, it just keeps booting people. Shall I just set up a new password and just give it out until obviously this lock thing is actually turned off? Just basically just a bot that obviously just kicks people that are not meant to be in there. If you don't have the password, obviously previously you wasn't meant to be in there, so it would just auto kick you. Oh, we are dropping on Bitcoin now, going into the open. We are dropping. So I've just asked him. Yeah, right. What I'll do is, hang on. Let me set a new password, and then you can join. Then just go in the verified channel and do this. It will be just completely open. Hang on. Right. Okay. So that's going to be fixed later. The actual lock is going to be took off it where you don't have to put a password in then. But until then, if you do want to join, I'll put it in now. Hang on. So the Discord password is literally just stream. There you go. If you are joining, unpin. Let me unpin that. So yeah, the Discord password is literally just stream. So if you are joining, just when you click join, go in the verified channel and just pop the word stream into the bit where it'll ask you for a password, and then you'll be able to join then. But that will be turned off soon, so it'll literally just be click the link. Do you want to join? Yes, and then you're in. That won't be there anymore. Let me just do Discord. I'll piss off. Discord. And then password stream. There we go. Let me pin that. There you go. Yeah, so if you do want to join, yeah, there you go. So the link's in there again now, many times, but the password is just stream. So when you join, just go on the verified channel and click, just click verify, and then just put the word stream in the password bit, and you'll be done. Yeah, we've got. Oh, hey Jeff, how we doing, mate? Great to see you. Have I seen you so far this year, Jeff? I feel like you was in the stream the other day. I'm sure you joined on Wednesday. By the way, team, it's Free Chippy Friday, so go do it. Yeah. It is Free Chippy Friday. But I'm good, mate. How we doing? I'm good. How are you doing? I've got US Open in 15 minutes. But yeah, let me know in the chat. What would you like me to cover? It's pretty. It's pretty quiet, isn't it? Have you heard any banger? Have you heard any banger traits yet this year? I've seen in the Discord. Oh, have you hit any banger trade yet this year? I did have Bitcoin one on to start the year. Yeah, that was it. I didn't long any altcoins or anything. I didn't long any altcoins. Looking at it now, obviously, if we rewind to last year, one of the ones I kept mentioning was Pengu on it. That was a big mistake because I didn't actually end up going into that. That was a big mistake, the Pengu one. The thing with all these meme coins is you have to take the profit quickly because if you actually go and look at them, some of them are up today, to be fair. You go and look at something like Pengu. Let's see, how much does it come back now? Because that, to be fair, it's actually still nicely up, isn't it? Like, it's still very up from where it started. This was a big mistake on my end. We were talking about this all last year, well, towards the end of last year, like when it was in here. And like, even if you just got in anywhere in and around, it's still 36% up, but that was a 50% gain. You know, Pepe was a great one. Bonk was really good. SPX. Pump did really well too. Obviously, Fartcoin did really well for me, even where it coming back tested that bit. So it was a big mistake not choosing meme coins because meme coins always react the best when you get them periods. What you have to have, and obviously you guys will now. Obviously, what you need to do is when you're around, you know, when you don't give up and you continue to be around like you guys are. One of the best things you can do is look for patterns and write them down. Typically, when Bitcoin has been in a downwards period and then it goes into consolidation, after consolidation, when it starts to pump back up, even not by much, I mean, that New Year pump, that first 5 days, wasn't anything mad, was it? What was it in total? Probably like 5%, 6% on Bitcoin. Nothing crazy. I think, anyway. I don't know. But yeah, it wasn't anything crazy anyway. It wasn't even 10%, I don't think. Or maybe it did. Or maybe it was just about 10% in the end. I don't know. What, 87.5 to got just below 95? Yeah, to be fair, it probably was almost 10%. But still, nothing crazy. But always when you get them, when you get a big drawdown and Bitcoin consolidates, whenever it does go back up, meme coins always perform the best, always. But then obviously you have to take your profits quick, because obviously if you hold on, then you know you run the risk of retracing, don't you? But that's a pattern that obviously I've identified, and I didn't take full advantage of it this time. Because I'll be honest, I was having a rest, but I just thought choose Bitcoin, because obviously if Bitcoin's going to dictate the market anyway. So if Bitcoin goes up, great, you can profit from it. If it goes down, everything else is just going to get slammed a bit more. Have odds for rate cut drop to 0? I don't know, actually. Let's see. Not 0, but 3%. Yeah. 3%. Not quite 0, but 3%. So yeah, the estimation is that the Fed will make no change this month, and obviously this has 19 days left to run, so just under 3 weeks. The next Fed meeting is on the 28th of January. Yeah, just under 3 weeks, but yeah, crazy. And you know, with 3 weeks left to run, you just never know, do you, what could happen? The fact that this is at 3%, is it worth $50? I don't know. Obviously, I'm not encouraging you to do anything. It's not financial advice, of course. But I'm just saying, at 3%, the likelihood is obviously it's going to be no change to what we're looking at the moment. But there is just under three weeks to go, and you just don't know what could happen, do you? Is it potentially worth even $10? It's obviously something for you to decide, but you know, if you look at obviously what's happened with other stuff in the past, 3 weeks is a lot of time for something to take the opposite direction. I don't know. I may go and have a pump myself. I'm not sure, but I think just as an outside chance. I mean, it would obviously you wouldn't put anything meaningful on it. I would like to think not anyway, unless you're a gambling addict. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, I mean, even just $50, which is what, like 35 quid. Again, not encouraging you and telling you to do anything, but maybe worth something. I don't know. I might go and put something on it. I don't know. I'll put it in the Discord if I do anyway. And obviously, you can join the Discord now for free, pinned in the chat with the link and the password. Yeah, $50. You make that in one trade with Stonksy. Yeah, absolutely, mate. You know the drill, Bobby. You know the drill. I mean, the way that Bobby likes to trade and stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if Bobby went and stuck that on it. That'd be insane, wouldn't it? What a trade that would be. Jesus Christ. Yeah. But yeah, there we have it anyway. So, but yeah, it's looking like obviously there's going to be no change, but you just never know, do you? You just never know. Need new beer brand. Enough of Budweiser and Corona. Not bad. Heineken. Oh, mate. What an awful. Out of all the beers you could choose, you've choose Bud, which I think is one of the worst beers out there. It is absolutely disgusting. Corona, not so bad at all. Don't mind a Corona. Heineken. To be fair, I used to drink a lot of Heineken, and I'd probably say I actually don't mind it, but it wouldn't be my first choice. I would put it above others though. My favorite brand of beer is Asahi. I just don't like. It's just so crisp, so nice. It doesn't really bloat you that much. I find it hard to get better than Asahi. However, what I will say is I don't know if anyone actually has tried this as well. But Lucky Buddha is I think, is the nicest beer I have ever tried, ever. Lucky Buddha. Now, I don't actually know if they sell it anywhere anymore. I used to be able to get it off Amazon and other places, and it used to have the sick little Buddha box. Not box, the little Buddha bottle. Let's see. You can get it on Thingio, but it's insanely expensive. On Amazon, it's 24 bottles for, 24 330ml bottles for 56 quid, which is just insane. Jack Daniel and Coke. I don't know where you can get it. Maybe you'd have to get it from like a Chinese market or something. But honestly, it's insane. I love it. I used to get it in Wagamama's a lot. Obviously, if you've been to Wagamama's, used to get it in Wagamama's a lot. There's a 24 case there for a bit cheaper. 24 case for 43 quid. Which, to be fair, isn't obviously as bad as some. Lucky Buddha's the best, honestly. Just go to the liquor store. They don't have it. It's a very like niche brand to get it from. You can't really get it from many places, and it's sick because it's actually a Buddha. Like the bottle is like actually like made into like the shape of a Buddha and stuff. It's odd, and the beer is nice as well. Really nice. I might treat myself to a box of that. To be fair, I'm gonna keep that open because you find it hard to get it in most places, and it's dear. You know, £44 for 24 bottles. You know, you basically are almost £2 a bottle, aren't you? Which, to be fair, is a lot cheaper than when you go out. Let me see if this. Honestly, try it if you can get it. ICT, try it. Lucky Buddha, great beer. Even if you're gonna treat yourself. People are selling used bottles often online. Oh. Let's see how much this one's going for. Bloody hell, 24 for 53 quid. Christ. How about this one? I think that's just doing. They're just doing single ones. Mixed 6 price. 3 quid. That one where, yeah. I wonder if you can order it directly. I travel to Canada to fish every year, and beer up there is so expensive. Yeah. Let's see. On the actual website, how much is it? Can you even buy it on the website? Stock list. Lucky beer. Oh, Lucky beer. Let's see. Is that even a website? Lucky Saint. It's insanely dear. To be fair, that one that I found where it's £44 for 24 is probably the best I'm gonna get. Might get myself some. Oh, what was that then? 5% off what? 5% off. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, talking of beer, you know, the ones that you can generally get, yeah, I would probably say, you know, Asahi's probably my favourite. Then after that, don't mind a Peroni. Peroni's nice on draft. Nice for the bottle as well, to be fair. If you're talking about one where, you know, you don't get it anywhere really, Lucky Buddha is insane. It's really good. Really nice tasting beer. You just don't really get it in many places. Budweiser here compared to USD is like 240. I used to live in Calgary. Love drinking Canadian and Kokanee. Don't know what that is. Alcohol's expensive in Oslo. I have to travel 80 kilometers from my home for liquor shopping every 2 to 3 weeks. Really? Why? Bloody hell, that's a long way. Just to go and buy some beer. Would it not be cheaper just to like order it online? Would it not be cheaper to like order it on Amazon and just get it delivered to your house? Like, surely that would just be a cheaper alternative than having to drive all that way. Like, you can literally buy beer on Amazon. Could that not be cheaper? I don't know. We have got 2 minutes until US Open anyway. Enough of the beer talk. But yeah, honestly, try Lucky Buddha if you can. I don't know if you can or not, but great beer. It brings back memories and that. Like, I can't remember the last time I would have purchased that, but it must have probably been about 3 years ago. So I might go and treat myself to a box. I don't know. I'll have to see anyway. I'll have to see. Delicious. But yeah, going into US Open, we are at 90,600 basically. Do make sure you drop a like as well, and of course, make sure you check the pinned message in the chat. Scroll up. The Discord server is now open to anyone. So if you want to, you don't have to actually buy Stonksy to join the Discord. You can just join it. I'll put that into the chat as well, just normally. So yeah, go and click it, join, then click. When you click it, there'll be a little verify box, little verify bit. Just put the password stream in there, and you'll be able to join. Soon, though, that will all be removed, and it'll basically just be like one of the normal Discord channels when you click join, and then it'll say, "Do you want to join this?" And you click yes, and then of course from there on you will be in it. But yeah, we've got US Open in 10. No, I still haven't got my bell with me as well, but we'll have the bell next week. We'll definitely have the bell for Monday. So that's something to look forward to. But 3, 2, 1. Ding 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 ding. There you go. That's all you're getting until we get the bell back next week. Nothing too much on Open. Nothing too volatile. Barely moved. Slow day. Of course, this is the first full week of the year, isn't it, for TradFi as well? So obviously, relative to TradFi, this is the first full week of trading. Obviously, last week was what was last week? 1 day, I think. 1 day, 2 days. No, it wasn't. It was a few days, wasn't it? But anyway, doesn't matter. This is the first full week of trading of the year, and we are heading to the downside so far. We're currently heading to the downside. Let's go take a look at Solana. What's Solana doing? Looks like we've slipped down a bit today. Steve. To be fair, altcoins are actually holding up well. I mean, when we looked at meme coins, a little while ago, when we looked at Pengu, Pepe, Bonk, and that on the daily, they've held up well. They've not really dropped off that much, have they? Considering Bitcoin has retraced about half of its just over half actually of its start of year move. They've actually stayed quite strong. It is very cold in Norway, so parents make their child drink from the age of 16, 17. That's basically the same here, apart from it's just not the parents doing it, mate. That's basically the same. That's basically the same as here, apart from it's not the parents that are doing it. It's just the bloody kids that just go and find a way of doing it, some form of way. I mean, yeah. I was having a drink when I was like 16, 17 on a regular basis as well, sometimes weekly. It's like most of the time weekly, actually. From when I started college, probably like halfway through college, so I'd have been probably like midway through being 16. Obviously, Yeah, it's like halfway through being 16, yeah, it's like drinking all the time. It's just obviously like your mum and dad don't really encourage it. Well, mine didn't anyway. It's just like you find a way, don't you? You know, you find a way. Um, we're dropping off now though. When was the last time we had a really good open? Been a while now. I can't remember. I'm guessing we would have had some good ones. There would have been a good open mixed in there, obviously with the run at the start of the year from the 1st to the 5th. Obviously that run, you know, we wouldn't have had it on the 1st because the stock market was closed, but definitely kind of the 2nd onwards, I imagine. You know, there was a good 4 days opportunity where I imagine one of them was good. It must have been because we went up 5 green candles in a row, didn't we? So one of them must have been good mixed in there. When I started college, it was daily. Bloody hell, Barros, daily. No, it wasn't daily for me, but it was definitely like every week. You know, kind of halfway through being 16, from what I remember. It's like I'd probably have a drink most weekends, yeah. And again, you know, ICT saying in Norway, parents make the kids drink from 16 to 17, but in the UK, you just kind of find a way, don't you? You just kind of find a way. It's just like obviously not encouraged. Well, I mean, some people may have been, but mine wasn't. It was just kind of like you just find a way to go and have a good time on the weekend. To be young. To be young again, eh? To make sure they digest alcohol as they grow older. It sounds like you got a recipe for like an alcoholic kind of country there, ICT. I don't know. Hey, we've got Spud in the chat. Big up, Spud. How are we doing? Yeah, so we're falling off quite a lot now on US Open, aren't we? We fell down about $500 from where we opened 4 minutes ago. Imagine you were a newborn and the first thing you taste is Everlast. I have no idea what that is. You won't give a newborn baby it though. You said 16, 17. You said 16, you know, between the age of 16 and 17. You wouldn't be giving a newborn baby it, would you? Where is it? Is it in Russia or somewhere else? Like they put the newborn babies outside, don't they, to get them used to the cold? I don't even know if it's true. That might have just been like kind of one of them bullshit posts that you see. Might have not been Russia. It might have been somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe one of the Scandinavian countries. Don't know. I saw one where like they like wrap them up, obviously. You know, not just outside, but they put them in like a nice big fluffy coat and cover and whatever else. But like in kind of like a basket, they'll put them outside to get used to the cold. Is that true? I don't know. ICT, you'll probably be able to know that with being in Norway. Is that true, or have you never heard of that before? All days until at least 2 a.m. Bloody hell, mate! How did you function? How did you even function during that? My mum's parents were from India. Okay. Thank you for that information. That in rural areas of India. Okay. I don't know why I needed to know that information. Why did I need to know where your grandparents were from? It's funny now you said your mum's parents, not just like my grandparents were from India. But yeah, again, I mean, thank you for that information, ICT, but I don't really know why I needed to know that. I run on party and alcohol. Nice, mate. Not missed a single year, thank God. Mate, legend, what a legend. Grandparents of newborns took a drop of whiskey or rum. All right, okay. Well, there we go anyway. If you haven't, by the way, do make sure you drop a like on the channel, and the Stonksy Discord is now open to everyone, so you can just join it. It will be a completely open Discord shortly, where obviously you just click join and then in. But just while we get the bot taken off, the bot that kind of barriers the Discord is a bit of a pain. It was a pain to set up, and it's a bit of a pain to get off as well and actually stop it doing its job. But until then, you can just click the pinned message in the chat, look up, scroll up. You'll see it pinned in the chat. I didn't even close the poll actually, so it'll be where the poll is. But if you just click on the link to join the Discord, and there'll be a channel where it says verify. Just click that and just enter the password stream for now. That'll get you in. And then, yeah, come and join the Discord. We are getting a push back up on Bitcoin now. So, yeah, we had quite a decent drop, low time frame on open, but we've completely retraced that back to the upside now. Over in the S&P, we are pushing all the way back up as well. You can see we fell off going into it, didn't we? We fell off going into it, and then we are pushing back up now. So really strong open for the S&P, really strong open for the S&P, and Bitcoin has turned it around, and it's turned it into not a strong open yet, but definitely not a bad one after retracing the first 5-minute candle. So yeah, really nice movement on Bitcoin there. Thanks, Dave. Have a good one. Thanks, Badass. Thank you for joining, mate, and everyone else. Thank you for joining. Here in my area, grandparents automatically means dad's parents. All right, okay, fair enough. I understand, mate. I understand. But yeah, decent open for volatility. Obviously, we've not really gone anywhere, but at least we're not really kind of down to the point where we was a couple minutes ago. However, we are retracing some of it now. We are dropping back down. Bitcoin's at a really interesting point, isn't it? Because if you actually just zoom out to the daily, we are just still trapped within this range, which basically, obviously, we come up, just slammed into resistance, failed to break above, and have dropped back down. So in reality, we could trade all the way down towards kind of like 85, 84K. And that wouldn't even be that much of an issue. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, people's heads would probably fall off because we went all the way up towards 95 and then drop all the way down to here. But when you actually just zoom out on the daily, or if you've got it obviously just drawn out, you can just zoom out and see it. All we'd be doing is coming back down towards support. Until we actually break out, we're just stuck in here. And obviously break out to the upside or, unfortunately, to the downside if that was to happen. We're just basically stuck within here. And it's fine for Bitcoin to just trade between support and resistance. It's just normal trading. It's just obviously not what everyone wants. Everyone would rather it break towards 100K, back towards 107, 108, hopefully get above there and then go on here. Do make sure as well, if you want to know kind of how the year looks for Bitcoin, and obviously the factors around Bitcoin, particularly around the Bitcoin cycle, then do make sure you come and check out my video that went up yesterday. It's on the channel there. And yeah, do make sure you go and have a watch of it, please, because it'd be really appreciative for you to go and have a watch. But nicely done, I think so anyway, in terms of outlook, laying out exactly like what would it mean to break the cycle, how would Bitcoin actually break the cycle, and obviously Bitcoin's path to breaking the cycle, and the factors, the factors around Bitcoin breaking the cycle, like, what would have to happen or what could drive the narrative or the momentum for Bitcoin to break the cycle. So do make sure you go and check out that video after the stream. If you would be so kind, I would love to hear your feedback in the comments. But yeah, basically, we're just still in this range, aren't we? And until we break above or below, this is Bitcoin's range. Now, obviously, what we looked at before, and obviously the theme of today's stream and the title and the thumbnail was obviously patterns. So obviously the first pattern that we covered, and we've covered this a few times, but I'll just cover it one more time because there's probably people in here that wasn't here an hour ago or whatever, is obviously not this, is this. So obviously around this time last year was when all the tariff talk started coming around. And obviously with this coming, I think next week, is when this is due to be heard, I think. I don't know if I'm wrong, someone let me know. But I'm sure I've seen it was next week. But anyway, whenever this is done, this will obviously be a good decider and a good potential narrative. If the Supreme Court rules in favour of or against Trump's tariffs, obviously if they rule in favour of, then it's probably all sunshines and rainbow. If they rule against, then it's going to throw up uncertainty on whether, and again, it's another one here, where will the court force Trump to refund the tariffs? If that's the case, then it's probably going to be, I imagine, a really nasty reaction from the market. You can see this obviously on Calci as well. That's kind of a similar pattern in, we had this last year, didn't we? And it's kind of creeping up around the same time now this year, because, whenever this is going on, I'm sure it's next week that this is meant to be heard in the Supreme Court, but I may be wrong. So then that's obviously going to throw up. It's going to throw up more questions if they rule against tariffs, because then that's going to be, well, what happens next? Are they going to make him refund them? Are they going to make him stop tariffs? Yeah, it could turn really nasty, couldn't it? But then there's that. But then also, the pattern of Bitcoin. So if we just cover it one more time, obviously, let's go and have a look at the pattern of 2025. And this is obviously what we were looking at. So if we look at 2025, what happened? We opened the year here. There's the 1st of January, and we got 6 green candles in a row. Really nice move. Really good push up for the first week. And then we then followed it back with a full retrace of the move. Up, and then drop all the way back down. Here is the yearly open for 2025. And then, of course, we went below that. And crucially, what did we do? We took out the WEEX. We took out these lows. We took out this low. We took out this low, obviously leading into the pump. And then we went up. So then if you look after that, we went up. So first week was great. Following week was bad. But then, if you fast forward to kind of the first 3 weeks as a whole, January was really good for Bitcoin. Yes, we went up and went back down. But, for the most part, we obviously had a really good run. Now, if you look at that and obviously look at the structure of Bitcoin and how it performed and behaved there, and then we fast forward to now, if I just scroll back over to now, it looks very similar. And obviously, it might not behave the same. We might not get the same movement, but it does look very similar. So if we see here, obviously, turn of the year, green, the same as 2025. Then momentum runs out. We start to go to the downside. The same. Now, we've not gone to the downside as aggressively as we did in 2025, but of course, it's not going to be the exact same. We're not going to get the same price movement, are we? So if, we are going to get the exact same outcome, it may take a little longer, to bleed down. But if we was going to get the same outcome, then obviously you would assume we'll retrace the whole move, which would be back down towards 87,500, the yearly open, and then come and take out these lows, obviously leading into the pump, which would be the exact same move as 2025 in essence. Up, down, take out the lows, and then go on up. So we could get something like this going into kind of mid to late January if it's going to play out the same. So at the moment, the pattern looks very similar. Really strong uptrend. Then obviously lose momentum and start to accelerate back to the downside. Come and clear out the lows and then go up. So that's what we could be seeing through the rest of January if it's going to be the same. Bosco says my mum's parents weren't from India. Again, absolutely brilliant, brilliant insight there. Thank you so much for that. Is there any crypto related to alcohol? I have no idea, to be honest. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen any beer with Bitcoin on it. Or I actually, yes, not beer, but I do know that Full Send. The brand Full Send, the Nelk boys, they put a Bored Ape on their Happy Dad, which is a seltzer. So it's not Thingio. It's not beer, but it's a seltzer, which obviously you'll know what a seltzer is. But they actually did put a Bored Ape on there, and to my knowledge, that's as much that I know of a crypto kind of related thing being on alcohol. Apart from that, I don't know anything else. But that's all that I know. Jeff saying he's an alien. Wow. Only 29% odds. Yeah. So at the moment, Polymarket and Kalshi markets are pricing in that the courts will rule against Trump. You should leave that on the chart. Yeah, well, I'll just leave it there and we'll see what happens. We'll just see what happens. Again, I don't think it's out of the question that you could come lower. Like we just looked at, obviously here. You could come all the way down towards 85, which would all it would be doing is testing daily demand again. So it wouldn't be anything crazy. But that's probably where most people would want to bid. So just sweeping that and kind of front running this bit, leaving bids unfilled here, would probably be the ideal outcome. But yeah, at the moment, Odin, the market, the prediction markets are definitely swung towards the fact that the Supreme Court will rule against Trump and that tariffs are illegal. So we'll see what happens from then. But yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Do make sure you drop a big like on the video. And of course, yeah, do make sure you come and jump in the Stonksy Discord. It's now open to anyone. And again, just click the link, put it in again, click the link, go into the the verified channel, put the password in, and bang, you're in. Make sure you say hello in general as well. Just pop in saying hi, just joined from the stream. But yeah, thanks for joining everyone, and I'll see you all on Monday now. So have a great weekend, have a great Friday. Hopefully you get some nice trades in, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.